TOP FM.
All right, so let's hear from you 0776 105 105 881 143504. The numbers will put it through, and you're going to be live here this evening. 776 105 105 881 143504, and you will be part of the show. What is it this evening that you want to talk about? What is on your mind? You can call us this evening on 0776 105 105 881 143504, and you will be live on the show. I beg to differ. So for those of you watching us online, you can just share to the other group pages that you are following, so that people can be able to join us here on the show. So just share as much as you can, and we do appreciate you for doing so. Tell us in the comment section where you're joining us from this evening, and trust me, they're going to read out the comment to the public. So folks, for those of you in radio lens, you can call on 0776 105 105 881 143504, and let's hear from you. What is it on your mind this evening that you want to talk about? Very soon, our panelists are going to be coming on the show here. So let's go there quickly with this comment coming in. And good evening, my dear brother. I'm watching you live from Putu Pentecost on the Putu Mountain. Thanks. That's Ellison G. Weird from Putu Pentecost. Thank you so much, my dear brother, for joining us. So you can do this thing, right? Just drop your comments. Tell us where you're joining us from. Share to other group pages that you are following online, so that people can be able to join us here on the show. So share as much as you can. We appreciate you. For those of you in radio, like I said, keep your calls coming in on 0776 105 105 881 143504. 0776 105 105 881 143504. And let's hear from you this evening. What is it on your mind that you want to talk about? You can put in your calls and let's hear from you. So we pick out our theme song that was with the
Archie Wright, he don't play. Alex Tiulu, rock producer correct. All tonight, we beg to this day. I beg to differ, my people. If it's not correct, we go talk and so. From 9 o'clock till 12 midnight, we still think how we ready to fight. No palava, no care inside. Truth must talk, we not go high. Call Mr. Jotubo, bring that sense. Ready veterans, with no nonsense. I'm a right, talk and clear. Anthony WK, she make me think clear. Claudia Smith, strong woman, yeah. If you wrong, she goes there.
0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you here this evening. What is it on your mind that you want to talk about? 776 105 105 881 143504. You're going to be live here on the show. I beg to differ. So for those of you watching us online, just drop your comments. 0776 105 105 881 143504 0881 143504 776 105 105 are the numbers supported you through here this evening that you'll be live on the program. I beg to differ. You can put in your call this evening and let's hear from you. What is it on your mind that you want to talk about? Keep your calls coming in here and let's hear from you. So this person says, good evening, that Mamadou Timbo Barry. Thank you so much for joining, Mamadou. So you can also drop your comments, right? Tell us where you're watching us from tonight. And trust me, I'm going to read out your comments to the public. but you can keep your calls coming in. Let's hear from you. What is it this evening that you want to talk about? You listen to Mr. Sig on that. You can also do the same. What are some burning issues this wonderful time that you want to flag out? You can put in your calls. Let's hear from you quickly. 0776 105 105 881 143504. The panelists are already here. Very soon we're going to start the show. We have Mr. Josh Nomo, Mr. Christopher J. Nepe, and the co-host, Mr. Wright. They are all here this evening to bring you the Back to Default show here this evening. So just keep low to your radio and don't you go away. This person says, just joining you from Penna community. Who is that person? Say, Amiko Gaybo G Blade. All right, thanks so much for joining us here this evening. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name well. Yeah, if I get it, that's fine. If I don't pronounce it well, sorry. So yeah, so folks, you can do the same, right? Just drop a comments. That also quickly, with no time to waste, we now bring the panelists here and welcome them on the show while we await the call. Mr. Numo, how you doing? All right. So while Mr. Numo is on mute, that take this person quick. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Wu.
Good evening, Chief.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay. I already know you.
Fine.
Okay.
My name is Hasmi Yala from FP Community.
Hasmi, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. For me, the thing in my mind, it's in my mind for the two people that recently met in Grand Gide.
Okay.
Whether the time there are people found out that they lost. What the investigation they carry on first, the police or the family, whether the time they move on into here, they go. But according to the information circulating, they say that somebody called them for Coco. Whether they reach to that area or they don't reach, or if they reach, whether they do the interaction for the person that called them or not. Because the family need to know that in the police. Because sometimes if people can do slow way and then young people not get addiction to travel. Sometimes two people can travel. The other person know the other person get money so they can harm a friend. Then they take that money and they moving all there and they continue. Sometimes it can happen like that in a slow way. Pray. If people wanna get power, they can take the other people thing and they start joining and they start going. So all that thing the people need to know the police or a family. Whether they person a call and they reach there, do not reach there, or whether they do the interaction, nobody don't know. Everybody don't know, the people disappear. Me no under my concern.
All right, thank you. So that's it. Keep your calls coming in 0776 105 105. We will go there here and read this comment coming in. G Samson Ibrahim Duplessis, and Ibrahim Duplet and Washington Hill from Brent Carter. Thanks so much for joining us. Next here we have the Hanex Tabes. Good evening, sir. I'm watching you live from my birthday community resident. Thank you so much, the Hanex Tabes, for being part of the show. You can keep your calls coming in here this evening. And those of you watching us online, just drop a comment, tell us where you're joining us from. And trust me, we're going to read out to the public, share as much as they can to other group pages that you are following online. And we will appreciate you so much for doing that. But drop your comments, right? Tell us where you're joining us from tonight. Where you following us from? Where you watching us from? Just drop your comments. Trust me, they're going to read out the comments to the public. Let me see. This person. That's okay. Welcome back, Mr. Gwana. 1 minute, Chief.
Yeah. I forgot something. I want to know the status of our $19.5 million drug case. How far are we? I want a panelist to help me. Whether they got any information on it that can be shared on the platform. Thank you.
Thank you. This person says, I'm currently watching you from Grand Crew County, Barclayville City, Tobo community, and thanks for the show. That's Rafa Kumia joining us from Grand Crew County. Thank you so much, my dear brother, for following here this evening. So you can do the same. Just share to other group pages you follow online. Drop your comments, letting us know where you are watching us from. Yeah. Just tell us where you joining us from. Drop your comment. Mr. Nepe, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Alex P. Wulu. Marcus on, sir.
Let me mute myself.
And to our listeners, it's a pleasure to be in your company once more. And we want to thank you for always listening to I Beg to Differ, because it's all about you and Mama Labuya. Thank you, Mr. Wulu.
Mr. Nomo, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy to be back today. I look forward to exciting show. Philadelphia is cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Rai, are you with us? All right. Okay, let's see. This person says, so we go back here to the comment section. Let's see this person coming in with the comments. Okay. Yeah, you can put a cross run 0776 105 105 881 14 3504 and you'll be part of the show here this evening. 0776 105 105 881 14 3504 and let's hear from you. What is it on your mind this evening that you want to talk about? You can now put in your calls and let's hear from you. While we await you, we take our theme song and keep it rolling.
I beg to differ, Liberia. My people like Taibo. Top FM 105.3, we on the air. Leader, shout, Sheku Koroma. Archie right. He not play. Alex Tiulu. Rock, producer correct. All tonight, we beg to this day. I beg to differ. palava, no care inside. Truth must talk, we not go high. Call Mr. Chotubo.
So that's it, folks. If you just joining us, let's say welcome here at the top 105.3, the radio service of Teach Our People Communications Incorporated, and we broadcast to you live and direct from Zwejo City, Grangela County, Republic of Liberia. Wherever you joining us from, through Facebook, YouTube, let us say welcome. Those of you in Radio Land, let's say it, good evening to you. Welcome here to the platform. They are back to the for. So while we are still here waiting the co-host to kickstart the show, you can put in your calls and let's hear from you. What is it on your mind that you want to talk about? You can call us on the show and you'll be live here this evening. For those of you watching us, like I said, you can just drop your comments, tell us where you're joining us from this evening. Trust me, I'm going to read out their comments. So this person says, and Palo Shaba, watching you from South Dakota, USA, and thank you so much for this wonderful show. And let me say thank you too for joining us. Sorry if maybe I'm not pronouncing your name well. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Amico say, can you invite the person who sent these guys that went to buy cocoa that got missing? We want to hear from he or she. Of course, we can do that. We can reach out to them if they are willing to appear on the show. Yeah. So keep your comments coming in. Let's hear from you here this evening. You can put your calls in on 0776 105 105 881 143504. For those of you in the diaspora, you can call us on the last number, which is orange. It's also our WhatsApp number. Just call us on 0776 105 105 is the WhatsApp line. Just put in your calls and you'll be live here on the show. You can call us 881 143504 using the phone line, and trust me, you will be part of it here. 0776 105 105 881 143504. 0776 105 105 881 143504. And let's hear from you.
Bring them stand, ready veterans, big one and stand. I'm a right up and clear. Anthony WK, they make me think clear. Claudia Smith, strong woman here. You wrong, she goes there. Leader G, how decide? One beat, county, we they like. Timber people, you're ready. Numbers, steady, steady. From push to town, from market to yard. If the matter strong, we ain't can. If the matter strong, we go talk.
If it had the truth, we could bring it down.
If you break small, pull yourself a
0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you here this evening on the program that Back to D4.
All right, Alex, bring it home.
All right, so
All
that's
right,
it,
Alex,
folks.
bring it home.
Yeah, so we'll hold it there with the call section. Quickly, let's go over to Mr. Wright here this evening and kickstart the show. Mr. Wright, good evening and welcome to the program that Back to D4.
Good evening to you, and good evening to you, and good evening. Alex, please mute. Alex, please mute. To all the beautiful, wonderful, beautiful panelists. It's good to be here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday, July 13. A very beautiful day here on my end. Even though it is in the 90s, but it's very, 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 very cool. Not humid, not hot, not cold either. So it's a beautiful summer weather we're enjoying today. So let's go around the table without further ado. Talk to you. Let's start with you. How is Zulu Whiskey today? How's the weather? How's everything? You're muted.
Yeah, so Zvedjo is okay. We are doing pretty good here in Zvedjo. We have a friendly weather today, very cool. No sunshine, and it was great today. So everything is fine. Normal works and normal activities are ongoing.
Excellent. Great.
Excellent.
Great. Great.
Great.
I think the world
I think the word
experiencing
is
similar weather today.
similar weather today.
Well, I hear from Mr. George H. Nubo from the city of Bread of the Love. And you'll tell us what is going on there. Mr. George H. Nubo, are you with us?
Yes. Um, with us,
It's the city of Bread of the Love.
the city is great. The weather is great. I've been busy, taking care of some stuff. So I'm not even taking my nap. But other than that, the city is great. Everything is great.
Excellent.
Glad to be here. Good evening to all the panelists. Good evening to the listeners around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George H. Nubo. We'll now go to Mr. J. Christopher Napier. Mr. Napier, how you doing today, sir?
Well,
I don't know where you are in Maryland there, out of Gettysburg, Columbia. I don't know.
Well, it's cool where I am. Thanks for asking the question. The sun is not hot. It's mild. Temperature down. People are moving about their normal businesses. It's a pleasure being in the audience, the company of radio and television audiences. And to my friend George Nouveau, many people said who watched the show the last time, they say you were very, very, very accommodating with your time. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, etc. So I want to thank you so much.
Well, I don't know who said that. I've been very biased towards me because I wasn't given the time. But anyway, we appreciate the observation.
Yeah, things happen. Things happen.
Things does happen. That's true.
No bad intention. No.
I know.
The show
We're all
just
doing
gotta
a good
go
thing.
on.
Yes.
No, we must go on.
Yes, that's right. Alrighty. So once again, we'll go right into. We'll start with you, Mr. Nippet. What is on your mind today, sir? What do you want us to talk about? What is the burning?
Well, when one Liberia is affected, means all of us, because we are connected by one cord. And that cord is the Republic of Liberia, whether you are from Lofa, Rangida, your Bassa man. And in this case, one Gripoji Gamodu, I think his name is Prince, I sent that into our chat room. He's one of those social workers, a young man who led Mother Liberia to come to look for the means of survival in the United States. Found himself in Minnesota and worked with the health group home. And he had gone to do a due diligence, do a good time. I would call that do a good time daily because it was not his shift. It was not scheduled. Someone called off and they asked him to go and sit in. So he said, all right. Perhaps he might have been an old boss called to do a good time daily. So he wanted to do a good time daily sitting for someone. And this Caucasian believed to be insane or having mental challenge. Mental challenge, that's the proper word. I think the first word, right? Mental challenge. And he told, I had previously warned him, previously put him on notice, as I read, that you were going to get at him. He did murder the young Liberian man. Yes, it's in the chat room. They are placed side by side.
Okay.
The murderer, the unconscious murderer who claims to be having mental challenge, is on the left, and Gabaju was a handsome young Liberian basketball reporter. For God's sake, I don't know that for God's sake, the name that he bears, that's why he did not get away. He stood there for the law. For God's sake, I'm not going to do anything to him, given the name that he carries. And now he's no more, and that gives me a whole lot of concern. That's what on my mind, aside from the other things that we had previously discussed. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and we'll go into that so that we can get a good understanding of what actually was the tragic event that befell the gentleman. I mean, like you said, what hurt a Liberian in Liberia concerns every one of us. What hurts a Liberian here in the diaspora hurts every one of us. So we're going to take a deep dive into that and understand why the tragic loss of life. Thank you, Mr. Nippet. Mr. George H. Newbo, let's come to you, sir.
Well, there are several issues, but here on front page Africa, I see EPA ends years of renting with US $800,000 headquarters purchase, strengthens government asset base. And looking at the building, look good. I don't know if that is the front they are showing, but then I go down, I see EPA laboratory. All public buildings must be accessible to handicaps. I don't see any handicap ramp. The building, the purchase, I don't see any handicap ramp. And people like EPA, they're supposed to be at the forefront of that fight, environmental justice. So that is my issue. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. So let's start off on the two story. I think let's start off on them. I'm trying to pull that story up in the chat room, Mr. Nippet, so I can put it up, and then we'll look at it. Claudia put something in the chat room. I'm trying to understand what she's trying to say. Oh yeah, okay. I see that. I saw the stuff you posted. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is. Oh, wow. This happened June 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Glipoje Gamonde, popularly called Prince. Wow. All right, so to put this up, Mr. Nippy, you want to give a little bit of details about this as we talk about it more? So, who is this guy? Let's get to know Prince. He looks very young, but is he married? Does he have any kids? How long has he been on this job? what led up to, I'm trying to understand what. Yeah, what was the situation leading up to his death?
Well, I think I'm a jig. Report jig. I'm a there has a family, and I think they are pursuing the matter. As I said earlier, the details are not written there when he came to the United States, but the assumption is that he must have been one of those who fled from Monrovia. He's married, he's living, I think, in one of the twin cities of Minnesota. And what I read over there was that he went to work in the place of somebody, one of his colleagues, and the colleagues not being present could not go to work with rather decided for him to go to work in his stead. So he goes to work. Apparently, this fellow, because if you go into the body of the story, you will find out where after he committed the act, the man who seems to be mentally challenged or is mentally challenged said, I told you something like that. I'll paraphrase it. I told you I'm going to do it. So I tell you that I'm going to do it when I go ahead and murder Gamma there. It is my understanding that he has children. Some people were calling me, but I could not hear them. I guess they wanted to give me the details of the story, besides what is written here. But I think the grandmother has children. He has children. And you can see the various comments there. But he's a social worker.
Yeah.
He's a social worker. Normally, the way they do their business, when I cannot come here, I can ask Mr. Nubo, or Mr. Nubo, I'm not going to work today. Can you sit in for me, my graduation or something of that sort? So I'm sure that's what happened in his case. And so I think one of the best things to do is for the people to pursue it.
Yes.
Yeah, to pursue it. And because trust me, if Gamma there had been the one, because to be a man is what his name means. To be a man means something. If he had followed the true nature, the true implication of his name, and defended himself, and this man, the white man, was murdered, it'll be the other way around. So we ask the question, what if this man had been killed? See, what if he had been killed? And what is the city doing for Gamade and his family? See, he just went to help. He went to help, and in helping, he didn't come back home. So we just hope that Liberians can rally up in the twin city of Minnesota, Minneapolis, and see what they can do, how they can. I hope by now they have informed the embassy of what transpired, and see how the embassy can get into that.
Here's what I know. Here's what I know, Mr. Nipe and Mr. Nubo. Minnesota, from the day I've been in this country, and I've been here quite some time now, it has always been and remains a family-friendly city.
Mhm.
It has always stopped that line. It has beaten California, like I said, for as long as I live in this country, in terms of jobs, in terms of family friendliness, in terms of security. Minnesota has always topped the rank. So I take comfort in that. In Minnesota, as we have seen over the years, it is an immigrant friendly state. We do have Liberians in the state legislature there. We do have immigrant Elha Omar, who represent at the House of Representative in Congress. And we know, I mean, the current governor, I think it's Amy Klobuchar, if I'm not mistaken. But it is a family-friendly state. That's what I'm driving at.
She's a senator, Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Oh, she is? Okay, I think she wanted to become governor.
She's wanting to become governor.
Right. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So, we as an immigrant community, we can take comfort in that, knowing that Gabon death will not go unpunished. Minnesota is not Texas. Minnesota, it's not even my state here, Virginia. They will make sure that Gabon there and his family get the closure that they deserve. That we can be assured of. That's Minnesota. We know that.
But if I may just interject slightly,
go ahead.
You see, what you say, when we're talking about compensation does not bring back a life. Compensation is just it's not even the correct.
I wasn't talking about monetary compensation.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even reference Floyd, the devil Floyd. And I was going to say the guy who nailed on Floyd's neck got the punishment he deserved. And I mean, Gamande and his family was going to get it. They will get it. They will get it because, like you said, this guy preemptively, premeditatedly did what he did. And so there can be no if and but about this, the outcome of this case. He can claim all the mental retardation he wants to claim, but the law is going to catch up with him because he planned this. He knew exactly what he was doing. So no mental illness is going to save him from this. He is going to go to jail, and for a very, very long time. That I can be assured of, because I know this to Minnesota. No, Mr. Nipia, I wasn't talking about monetary compensation at all. But you can go ahead.
What I was actually getting to is the fact that people do these kind of things and they associate their actions, their conduct, their behavior with being mentally challenged.
Mm-hmm.
Why would someone tell somebody prior to the incident occurring that wash your back, I will kill you, I will get even with you? In my mind, that is premeditated.
Yeah.
And when you tell somebody in advance of the action, it means that you are planning all the little steps to perfecting that action. And then when the action has been perfected, you hear the people say, oh, a normal person will not do such a thing. But no, this time he didn't ride from a city to come and kill him in a different city, as we find happening from time to time. Government are going to work to serve him, to assist him, to comfort him, to avail, he availed himself to him, so that in his state of affairs, he will be assisted. And prior to that time, he has told a man. And so now we say, oh, that maybe a God's time. This one does not seem to me to be God's time, because this man premeditated to kill the handsome Liberian.
Mm-hmm.
He planned it.
Yeah, it was planned or premeditated.
Yeah, and somebody had him after the incident and saying, I told you I was gonna do it or I'm gonna kill you. So you should be charged with murder. Besides compensatory, whether monetary or what have you, you should be charged with murder and go for a very, very, very long time. But you say you know. The law in America sometimes can be like okra. By the time you look, the person slip through the crack, and then they say he's being bailed and goes back into the same institution and say, okay, you're gonna be there for parole. You're gonna be in jail without parole. But does it bring the person back? Now, I'm not talking about an eye for an eye. If anybody here has been out and said, maybe I'm pointing to an eye for an eye. No, this is not the Mosaic law. No, I'm not talking about that. But like you rightly said, he should be put behind bars and be there for good. He should be put behind bars and be there for good. Not only that, I think in the in the nursing homes, this is not one of the kind that has happened. So those who are running these kind of institutions should be able to give their employees some color on their neck. So in the event of emergency, they can press on that button to have the police come in who are on duty to come in at once to arrest the situation from being fatal, as in the case of the Liberian.
Yeah, I think, and that's a good point you raised there. And now one thing, I like about America. America laws are always, an offshoot of events such like this. We can go back to 9/11. We can go back even right here in my my own state of Virginia, the city I live in previously, Alexandria. An African, I think either a Sierra Leonean, or who apparently have so much problem with the police, in and out of the police custody, did the same thing that we're talking about now. That happened to Gamanet. Came across a young lady, white lady that he never met before at the bus station and stopped the lady to death. I mean, it was just last month. It happened, And Fairfax is looking to pass a law in her name. I don't know what that law is going to entail, but the reason I'm saying this is that because you brought up the nursing homes, that people work at, you cannot go take care of somebody and then lose your life in the process. That is just awful. Absolutely awful. So I know that instead of Minnesota being family friendly, will do something in that direction. Maybe they might enhance security across all of the nursing homes, or they might say you need to do more screening with your employees that you're bringing in here, and if they have the slightest background, of criminal record, you cannot hire them because they will pose serious risk to other employees. I'm sure these are things that law that may come out of this could take into consideration. But I know this is America. Stuff like that don't go unpunished. It always gender up conversation, and then in that process, new rules and regulation come up just to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen again going forward. But Mr. Nubo, let's have you have your take on this. Mr. Nubo, are you with us?
Yep. Yes, I'm with the show. No, this is very sad. A young Liberian, for a young Liberian to be killed that way, and the statement that Honorable Nippet talked about. I told you I was going to do it. He said it, no. when the police arrived at the scene. Yeah, when the police arrived at the scene. So he planned it, and and I'm seeing here that police recovered a knife where McLean said he threw it. So no, the police have the weapon, and you need to go ahead. My heart go out to his family. Yep, it's terrible, very sad, and every Liberian, every American need to talk against it. It could be me, it could be you. I'm very sad about that. Thank you.
Yeah, it is very sad and very, very sad. This is a very young guy. The more I look at him, I came across a guy before. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, the more I take a look at his face, I feel like I know him. But yeah, but this is a serious tragedy, man. And you're right, Mr. Nubo. We all should be, not angry and demand that this gentleman is put beyond bar, either for life or for a very long time. This is what the community must ensure. We have to rally. That will make sure this guy, the devil incarnate, goes to jail for a very, very long time. Cannot take such a young life and still be hanging around. Especially, when he premeditated this thing, man. This guy premeditated this thing. And it is not okay. Not okay. Not okay. And I hope Liberians are having vigil, because this is what we need to learn how to do. Community need to come together and have the vigil. Go there, hold candle, go to the parking lot or in front of the place where he got murdered. Put up your candle. Pull up your candle. Have a vigil. Fought this guy for government there. Show to the state that the community is on top of this. And we are not going to let go until this guy is put away for good. Because he premeditated this. He murdered this guy in cold blood. They didn't give him a chance to defend himself. I know Governor would have busted butt if he had faced him face to face. Because he's a weak-looking man. Anyways, the time is 6:30. We're going to go to the lines and take calls, and then we'll come by Mr. Nubo. We're going to pick up on the EPA topic. Alex. Alex, I go to the lines. And you got to smile, man. To me, I can like you so mild. Everybody on the show. What's going on?
Because you didn't allow him to comment on the topic.
not so.
Alex said, yeah, that's true. I think
No.
Alex say, I'm going to go to the line.
I just monitor. I know we can go to the line. So, folks, that's it. For those of you just joining us, let's say good evening to you. Welcome here to the radio service of T-Shower People Communications Incorporated, Top 105.3, coming to you live and direct from Zwejo City, Grangela County, Republic of Liberia. We have 31 minutes on the flick side of 10 o'clock, and that's a correct time for what I'm seated here tonight in studio. Let's keep doing this together. Don't you touch it down. If you are laying down, the only thing we need from you tonight is a little bit. Just carry up your radio volume so that the next person closer to you in the next room can also follow us here on the show. So at this point, we go to the line and hear from you. You just listen to the panelists here on the show. We're going to line and pick up this person. Hello.
Good evening, Alexander.
Good evening.
This is Kumakoto Johnny from FBA.
Welcome to the show.
Finally, I monitor their conversation. Hearing my own county, local county name, concerning the electricity. I heard about Baluma and also Masamulaho, Kulaho, and Foya district. Thank to them very much. I good to monitor the leaders.
Is there your name again?
Kumba Kotio.
Okay, thank you.
It is pleasure to that.
0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you. 0776 105 105 881 143504. And you're going to be part of the show here tonight. Let's see if we can get our team some here and keep it rolling as we await your call. 0776 105 105
I
881.
beg to differ. Liberia. My people like Taibo. Top FM 105.3, we on the air. Leader, shout. Sheku Koroma. Archie right. He not playing. Alex Tiulu. Rock. Producer correct. All tonight.
0776 105 105 881 143504. And let's hear you. 0776 105 105 881 143504 are the numbers of put it through, and you will be part of it here this evening. You listen to the panelists here. Let's hear you what your own say, right? 0776 105 105 881 143504.
Steady, steady. Rock push to down. From market to yard. If the matter strong, we ain't big drop. If the matter strong, we go talk.
If they had it true, we could break them.
If you break small, pull yourself up.
0776 105 105 881 143504. You're going to be part of the show that back to D4 here this evening. 0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you this evening.
It was midnight. The problem time, no sleep in business. Your voice, my lion, it's so static, you ain't basic internet, it's no keeper. I beg to differ, my people, oh. If it's not correct, we go talk come so. From 9 o'clock till 12 midnight, we sitting here, we ready to fight. No palaver, no fear inside. Truth must talk, we not.
0776 105 105 881 143504. The numbers of put it through are going to be live here on the program that begged to differ. 0776 105 105 881 143504. For those of you watching us online, if you want to be part of the show, you can just call the WhatsApp line 776 105 105 is our WhatsApp line. You're going to be part of it. Grab your comments, tell us where you're joining us from this evening. Here on this radio 0776 105 105 881 143504. The two numbers. If you call us, you're going to be part of the show. So Basilius or Q Nayu is following us. Sorry if I don't get your name correct, right? Yeah, sorry for that. I don't know whether he or she is watching us from TWR community. Wow. 0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you this evening. You listen to the panelists. It's about time that you partake in the program. Yeah, sometimes it can be like, oh, the people come, they talk, and wanting to call on the radio and talk to. No, you can differ with somebody and raise a point. Let's hear you. So 776-105-105 881. We go on the land and pick her with the cartoon here this evening. Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, the retired captain. How you doing?
Okay. Thank you. This is the evening professors and welcome into the class.
What happened? You far from the phone?
Are you getting on?
You coming in low.
Yeah, so are you getting on now?
Very clear.
Yeah, so we say good evening to our professors and welcome in class. Can you please help bring us up to speed the many topics of discussion because we were writing using ERP along the road what we read, but last day was Mr. Wright was speaking about I don't know who was mother or so in blood. So then when you bring us up to speed, then we know how to make our point.
All right. Keep
So
following.
maybe.
Okay, so one Josie Koto was murdered. I think it's a labyrinth. And it was. Let me see what I can get a full story here and drop it. But I think you have to before you drop the line, just follow. But let me see if I can help you with the full story. Yeah. So keep your calls coming in on 0776-105-105 881-143504 0776-105-105 881-143504. The number supported through this evening that you're going to be part of it here. Let's hear from you on the program that beg to differ. 776-105-105 881-143504, and you will be part of it.
I beg to differ, Liberia. My people like Taibo. Top FM 105.3, we on the air. Leader, shout, Sheku Koroma. Archie Wright. Play. Alex Tiulu. Rock, producer correct. All tonight, we beg to disappear. I beg to differ, my people. If it's not correct, we go talk and so. From 9 o'clock till 12 midnight.
0776-105-105 881-143504. The number supported through are going to be live here in the program they are back to differ. Let's hear from you. The line is open 776-105-105 881-143504. The two numbers of the callers you're going to be part of it. Let me see if I can bring Bedekatu up to speed on this. So this says on June 27, 2026, Glapojat Gomandet, popularly called Prince, a Liberian healthcare workers was partly still while working an overnight shift at a group home in, let me see. Yes, on the 27th of June 2026, Glapojat commanded, popularly known as called Prince, a Liberian health worker, was reportedly stabbed while working an overnight shift at a group homes in Minnesota. A report indicates he has stepped in to help cover the shift after.
Mr. Ulu, let me just help you with a name.
He went to work to care for others, but never returned home. It is a heartbreaking reminder of the risks many health workers face every day. And this story has stayed with me the past few days, like many Liberians and other immigrants in America, Prince work in a group home to earn an honest living. Many of us work in nursing homes, group homes, and other healthcare settings. Some some count with advanced degree and years of experience, while others take this job because they are the opportunities available to provide for their families. There is dignity in any honest work. Healthcare workers go through background checks, drug training, and other requirements before we are trusted to care for others. Yet every day, many of us care for individuals with self-mental illness, violent histories, or unpredictable behaviors. We understood we understand that everyone deserves care, but healthcare workers also deserve a safe workplace. Prince did not go to work looking for trouble. He went to work, he went to help. He never made it back home. As healthcare workers, let this be a lesson to stay away of our surroundings, report safety concerns, never endorse threatened behavior, and use every safety protocol available. We should never feel guilty for putting our safety first. No shift is worth losing your life. My heartfelt condolences say to Prince families, friends, co-workers, and the entire Liberian community in Minnesota. May his traffic laws inspire strong protection for the millions of us who care for others every day. So this was posted on one of the guys called and Josiah Koto Watson. So it was posted on a page, and this is what the panel is trying to say. Like the guy go to help, one of their friends. Like you Berikatu, then I call you to and say Berikatu can sell for LSD Wulu. I have, or I call Chris and say Chris, really can sit for me on the radio. Then at the end, for example, this thing happened. So that what the panel is trying to talk about. Yeah. So like so you're writing, you just get the full story. Maybe you can call and make one or two if you get that clear. But the line is open 776 by 11. Just 15 minutes from now, we'll go back to the panelists. You still have 15 minutes to call back, and let's hear from you. Yeah, welcome back, Berikatu. Yeah, welcome back.
So, Mr. Ulu, thank you. I mean, the story is so saddening. We firstly want to extend our deepest condolences to the family for the untimely death of their son and brother. But I think Mr. Wright was really hitting the point. That is, the citizens of that community, especially those from that background, need to stand up. But firstly, the question here would be, what have been the reaction or the response from the police since the incident took place? That we want to know first. Even if the police went in and maybe want to behave like our African policing of operating, then I think the citizens need to stand their ground to demand for justice for that guy. Because they're taking away of life. I always say this to people. The taking away of life is something that I don't know around the world where kind of laws are being put in place wherein somebody will just be taken away, then the one who is involved after investigation is being conducted and he or she is being found guilty, then the law will say, send the person to jail. sending this person to jail, whether for 50 years, 100 years, is it going to bring back the life of the one who life has been taken away? The answer is no. So in as much as it is proven beyond all reasonable doubt, through investigation, proper investigation, and yes, this person found guilty, liable for the crime committed. Similar things. In my mind, I think these are things will maybe make people to know and see that, hey, to take away human life, remember you will also follow. Police will come to investigate. When you are guilty, you will follow. So if you know the importance of life, if you know how precious life is, everybody want to be caretaker of another life. When they act on somebody killing, then from there going to court, in the court, another person there to put on to serve as a lawyer for you, justifying all those kind of stuff and things, whereby the person's family has lost them forever and ever. Then investigation being conducted here and there, at the end of the day, the judge now will say, this person is guilty, he is responsible for the death of this person, therefore, you're sentenced them. It's just hard to talk, man, Mr. Wu, it's hard to talk. Anyway, again, like we said, we extend our deepest condolences to the family. It happens already. But let the citizens just stand their ground for, real occurrences, so that the people in that community will know that things like this when it's happening, there are people to stand up and stand up for good, not in a violent way, constructively, and speak truth to power. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for being part of the show, Bidekatu. 0776-105-105, 881-1435-04. Let's hear from you. 0776-105-105, 881-1435-04. And you're going to be part of it here this wonderful even hour.
No fear inside, but the queen of FIFA. Lead action. PM to 12 midnight. The problem time, no sleeping business. Your voice matter so.
All right, so Mr. Rantin, we'll hold it here. If there's any other call coming in, then I'm going to let you guys know.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wulu. And thanks to all of our callers. Bidekatu and everyone else who's listening. I want to thank you all. If you call them, I want to thank you as well. Let me come to you, Mr. Napier, to do a quick caller response. Mr. Napier, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here. Well, I think what the former captain said, you can say is good. And about whether or not it serve as a deterrent to those people who are pruned or always killing people with sap is another thing to look at. Recall when President Talbot, His Excellency President William R. Talbot was alive, his brother William Tolbert was murdered. He was killed at the South Beach prison, along with Thomas Goodron, Justin Moloka Obi, Mr. Wagida, who Thomas Wagida, who killed the apostle Samuel Mulaja Oluwale, and Mr. Gibson, Theophilo Gibson. Well, they were some of the after they had gone to court and found guilty, they were hung. But did that stop people from committing capital offenses for which they get capital punishment? It had to say, because ever since that time, people have been killing other people. Mysteriously, 3 boys are missing, and it is swept out of the carpet. As we speak right now in Grand Jita County, 4 persons have gone on the false sense of being businessmen going to buy cocoa. And we haven't had any resolute information as to where the case has ended. But we do honor that President Tolbert's tenure, it happened twice. In Cape Palmas, several individuals were tagging on, and others were killing the young man too. So, but there are 2 areas. One is in Africa, and the other one is in the Western Hemisphere. The atmosphere here, their laws, as what I said, like ochre. Some people do some things, and the law comes like ochre, and the clever lawyer comes on and say, well, look, you know, the person was medically challenged, and they bring all the health record, whether they manufacture the record or not. The psychiatrist comes and the psychiatrist testifies, and the poor man goes back to God just in a way that no one expected. What I can say here is that if he has stood his ground, as I mentioned in my condolence message to Gamole family, if he has stood his ground and killed that man, they will say, you know, it was because of the man that you came to work. And you know that he's mentally challenged, and then you kill him. Gamole today will be in jail. Maybe he will go for 75 years with upper row. So what needs to be done? Our citizens, through all the length and breadth of the United States, should really stay concerned in all of the cities that they live in. Because if they come for me today and they got me and you didn't say anything, they're coming for you tomorrow. And if they came for you tomorrow and they got you and we still didn't say anything, they're coming the next day for another Mary. And if they come for Mary and we still didn't say anything, they're coming for Martha. But if we cause these people to be conscious that Liberians cannot be taken for granted in a very, very gentle and peaceful manner. Because I know Keith Allison very well. I met with him during my time. He's the Attorney General in Minnesota. They can go and demonstrate before the police very peacefully. Get the police on notice that we're going to demonstrate. We feel that the city, the government of the city should do something. They will put in laws. And not only that, they can also advance a suggestion that when they are on duties, they should be given something like a tag on their neck for emergency. So if you have the police on shift, because they do employ private security organization, but the gadget can be twin in kind, that if it is serious emergency, you press that, both the police, the city police and the private police in the institution will come. And that bad behavior could be could be salvaged from any another Liberian or any other person like for that matter.
All right.
So
Thank you, Mr.
that's
Lupe.
how I would say it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Nuba, you want to add to it before we welcome Madam Claudia to the platform?
Well, I want to comment on the cartoon questions. I mean, thing he wanted to know what happened to the person. The person is arrested, and the weapon that he used has been discovered. The person is in detention, so it's not like in Liberia, where we take several days, to affect an arrest. So that's all. No, so let's move on to.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Nubo. Yeah. So yeah, Bulikatu, the guy has been arrested, waiting for his arraignment in court. This is America. He will face his time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like Mr. Nippy said, some fancy lawyer shows up, and he might give him a reduced time because he would explore the loopholes in the law. Mm-hmm. This is what happens in America, and it gets people frustrated. But that's the law, But hopefully, like I said, this guy premeditated the thing. He didn't just we're going to do it. He planned it. Like he told the guy, said, I told you I was going to do it. So that was premeditated. In America, a premeditated murder it carries the highest federal offense. Okay? The highest. First degree, all the way. And that's life, probably too conservative life to get for that thing. So we're hoping he gets that. All right. We're going to stop on that note, and we'll now welcome Madam Claudia to the platform. Madam Claudia, I hear you, ma'am. Welcome to the platform.
Hi. How is everyone doing right now? I'm happy again to be on the program. This is Emotions, one of your favorite female reporters in Liberia, because I have a prestigious way of doing my work out here. Anyways, I've been listening to the program. Thank you very much for the everything is on course. The network is stable. Everything is good. And I just want to talk a little bit about what happened in the States with the late Josie. It's very sad to know that here in Liberia, we have this notion of paying debt. When someone does something to us, we like to pay our debt, which is premeditated. If you harm someone, that is a premeditated action because you had already planned, set, and got it ready to deliver maybe a traumatic physical trauma to someone, mental, whatever it be, but it was premeditated. And what happened in America, yes, that's what we talk about premeditation. Someone had probably had a lot of in-depth hate for some reason towards this young man who was doing some of the things that we do out here in Liberia, especially we at Top FM here at I Beg to Differ, trying to reach out to at-risk youth, trying to help the minority, the citizens who are considered to be finding things difficult. Those are our minorities there. And you have this young man who has been trying to work with youth, probably from different backgrounds, going through different things, abuse and homelessness and you name it. And he lost his life doing what I know he loves doing, because you got to love to do something like that, to have that kind of job or time. It takes a lot of time to talk to people. It takes a lot of energy convince someone to change or do better in their life. So it's a sad tragedy, but I'm also a bit at peace knowing that he died doing what he loved, and he probably even lost his life by someone who has some of the challenges that a lot of minorities face, psychological issues. Because you got to be psychotic to take someone's life, something that is so precious and so dear to everything in existence. It takes a madman to do that. You know, you just don't wake up and take someone's life. But contrary to that topic, I had an interesting meeting today. I was able to meet the mayor of Marshall City, John Smith. He's a phenomenal guy, and I say phenomenal because, you know, the mayors are not legislatively appointed; they're appointed by the president. So he's also falling under this arrest agenda, and he's trying his best. And the reason why I say he's trying his best, and why I'm praising his efforts, is because we have so much land disputes in Lower Margibi, especially Michigan.
Claudia.
Yes.
Let me hold you. We're gonna make that topic the third subject on the discussion tonight.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Right now we have the EPA story. Well, thanks for your contribution on Gamondet passing.
Oh, okay.
We got the EPA story that Mr. Nubo brought up. So we want to tackle that, and then we'll come to you for that story you just brought. Mr. Nubo, I have the story up. I'm going to let you know right away. I'm not digging this this building. I'm not digging it. I don't know how much it costs, but I'm not digging it one bit. This thing looked like 1980 design. Was supposed to be in the 2026. Okay.
Even you.
But anyways, let us know what's going on here.
Yeah. Okay. This is the headquarters for EPA. Say EPA purchased the structure for $800,000. And they say it worth $1.3 million. And when you blow up the image, you enlarge it, you will see the quality of the windows there. And even the cement pavement is now a parking lot in front of the building. Does not look like a building that environmental or protection agency will purchase. Or if they purchase it, they need to retrofit it. Or take out a cement, plant lawn, like carpet grass, and what have you. I mean, you go to EPA, you leave from there, or you get to your house, or what you learn from EPA, you will take it to your house. But besides that, this 1.3 million, the person who wrote the article did not do us any favor. Who conducted the evaluation? Were there multiple appraisals, independent appraisals? We don't know. They don't tell us. I mean, was it open bid where people came up with their properties and say, Well, no, I want to know for you to purchase my property. And was it approved by the finance ministry? And they say it came from some certain funds for EPA. I don't think if they have funds, they have the right of way, to go and spend it. I'm not trying to be hard on them, but these are some of the procedures they they need to follow, and who own the building. There could be conflict of interest. Yeah. The deal. Months from now, years from now, there could be a lawsuit. Say that person, who you bought the building from, I ain't rightful owner. Yeah, my deeds, back to Charlie King time. Yeah, my deeds. And that EPA will be in court. I'm not against EPA having its own property. I mean, when I was with GSC, we clean poo-poo from the old executive mansion because John Molu did not want to rent any property. And so these are some of my concerns, and I don't know if that
Yeah, Mr. Nubo.
makes any sense.
So three things struck me here.
Okay.
And you touched on it, but let's have a little talk on it again going forward.
Okay.
They say here the market value of the property.
Okay.
It's at 1.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went on to say, EPA purchased the building way below the market, 500,000 below the market price.
Right.
So all of your question that you were asking earlier falls in place. Who owns this building? Who did the eval on this building? I mean, evaluation, know what I mean. I'm sorry. And was this an open bid? Could the government allow an open bid and see maybe they could pay even less for this building? Because the building, here's my thing, Mr. Nubo. If EPA is willing to dole out 800,000 like in United States dollars for this building, they could build something much more better than this.
Right.
This, in my mind, creates lots of suspicion and questions. Somebody rushed this, they buy. For whatever reason, best known to them. This, I'm sorry, it's not value for money. It is not. This building does not worth 800,000 United States dollars. No way. No way. The government of Liberia can build something much more better than this. It is the government. You have eminent domain. You can go anywhere there, Lone Cinco. And so we want to put government building down here. You will have the right to do it. I don't know. The political Secretary Avenue, I don't know where is that. I don't know where this place is. But it also purchasing the venue, then we want to see what that venue looks like.
Mr. Nippet can correct me. I think it's continuation of UN Drive. Mr. Nippy.
Yeah, this building looks like either the building that is at the corner of McLean and UN Drive. If that is not it, then this might be, I think, the old building somewhere. I don't know whether it could be the Packers building, because not Packer, the Brights building.
Right.
The Brights building, because just after the old NSA building, if this is not what it is, then it is one of those buildings that the UNDP or the UN system had been using or using during our crisis.
Yes.
That's what this building looks like, because I've been trying to look at it and then try to place it at one of those locations.
Yeah.
But if I may come in,
let me finish your comment, Mr. Nipper. Give me a few seconds, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now I will know what a building. So what are we paying for here? Okay. A man with the Katu is seeing a Mamba Point. He says it's up Mamba Point.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Mamba Point is upscale. Okay. But still, the building don't look 800,000 in value.
No, it doesn't look like that.
No,
it doesn't look like that.
I mean, look at the ground floor, Mr. Nuvo, Mr. Nippet, Alex, and Emotions. Look at the ground. I mean, look at the place. The design. Look at the is that two entrances there? I don't understand it. I mean, how can you pay 800,000 for that kind of thing? How? The thing get worth 800,000, my people. Y'all come on now. And you want to sell laboratory and warehouse? You can somebody the facility, the building they're talking about, laboratory, warehouse, parking. About government gonna go pay money for government only thing snap on the finger. Now private somebody's returning gonna think not government. Government own the entire country, you can get 10 acres of parking lot. You're gonna put 800,000 now for that kind of building? This is a money waste, man. Wasted, I'm sorry. Okay, Mr. Nippy, go ahead, sir. You got the floor.
Yeah, along the street there, Mama Point, it's just up the hill. It's just up the hill. There are several buildings. One was used by Star FM. There are about 4 buildings there after Mr. Wyoming Morris's compound. You can say it's just like less than 1 minute walk from Honorable Morris's compound. Wyoming Morris, the noted pianist, compound. And it's a private owned premises. But yeah, where I'm a bit baffled for this building, which might have been built for $200,000 and now being priced at $1.3 million, and you wreck this city. The government has eminent domain that gives them charge, because all the property we buy from government. The primary owner took it from government. So government can go back and say, look, we're giving you $50,000 for this space, and build a structure that is commensurate with the kind of job that the EPA has to do. But my fault with the whole transaction is whether it went through the public procurement policy system, whether there were other bidders, there were other buildings more suitable, better shaped, designed, that the procurement system of Liberia will have looked on to come on 800,000, because it's just 200,000 less than $1 million. And I think And there's somebody always say there's a deal maker who made this deal, but it is a bad deal for Liberia. That's all I can say.
It is a bad deal. It is a bad deal, Mr. Nippert. That's true. Thank you so much, Mr. Nippert. Claudia, let's get your view on this, man.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the media and everyone that listens to this program, because a couple of days ago we were talking about this and my visit there, my hands-on experience with the buildings. There is absolutely not one building. There's 2 buildings in that compound. So right there, I kind of fought the media as well. It's like someone just took a picture, they enter in the gate, stood on the side, took that one side of that picture. Everyone else is just copying and pasting this one photo. But when you enter in the fence, there's 2 buildings. There's one on your left and there's one on your right, and both are designed exactly the same way. I went in the right-handed building, all up in there. I mean, upstairs, downstairs, in the middle. I asked for, there was this magazine on the table, so I was reading through it, and I got to know all the leaders in the building. I started asking for their offices, and that's how I was able to walk all around. But you have to understand something. The director, of course, acquired this because, like I said, he's really making things happen. And the property serves as the agency's permanent headquarters. We talked about that on the previous program. And has that state-of-art laboratory that they gave to Ministry of Health to give them that access to be able to, check for all these anonymous diseases or whatever might be coming in the country. They can have that platform to check it. The buildings that we're talking about is located, yes, up UN on your left-hand side. And those of you that were here right after the war, we know that all those buildings up there were occupied by different United Nations, WFP, UNDP, and after the peace agreement, a lot of them pulled out. So those buildings have just been down and just been vacant and just been, anyone can rent a room in those buildings, but the government did the right thing by giving about 3 or 4 of those buildings to their government. Immigration is located like right next door. You have the law reform, you have Ministry of Justice. And of course, their building, it's very big. It has 80 offices. Imagine now, I went on the right-hand building. And yes, the purchase was 800. We know that is a lot of money. It may sound a lot to you, but you also have to understand that it was approved. And the improvement was made by the purchase using their internal agency savings that they generated between 2024 and the present year we're in right now. And that final clearance was approved by the General Services Agency, Ministry of Justice, that's like right next door, and of course, Ministry of Finance. You can't do anything without them. That building, in that, like I said, is like up UN Drive on your left. Every building has its fence, and a lot of individual family members co-own that building and signed the agreement, the original agreement. They were actually renting the place. Yeah, they were renting that place. It wasn't like they just saw and say, hey, we want to move inside. No, they were renting it. And they looked at how much it would cost them that year if they were to pay that amount of maybe 5, 10, 15-year lease agreement, and looked at it and said, but if we buy it, it would be cheaper for us. So with their own funds, they decided to acquire it. And it was clear the transaction was closed. The Liberian General Service Agency, which we know as GSA, they conducted a thorough deed verification, because we talk about land problems and issues. Government can't afford to have those issues at hand, to make sure that the property was, completely free. There was no competitive things by any of the building. Don't see outside like that, or like you see a small little matches box. No. There are so many staff members. Every staff has their own office space. Created with glass around. It's very modern, designed well inside. And there's 2 buildings. You see those ones you're seeing on in front of you on the screen? Then in front of it, there's an identical building facing it in that compound.
I don't know if I can come in. Can I come in?
Come in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what we call savings here. And which budget line or budget lines generated these savings here? And how much do we save? How they got the money? Is it fees that they charge when people violate or environmental laws? How they got the money? I mean, Claudine, you went there, you on the ground, and you are trying to say that they generated these savings between 2004 to 2024 to 2026. Exactly the same thing the article says. But where did savings come from? Because up to now they have been renting. So where did savings come from? And when you violate the law and you are fined, that money be paid to the consolidated account, and you get a flat receipt. So where did EPA get the money from? That's what I want you to please answer. Thank you.
Well, I did, I did ask because I was kind of astonished by seeing such a big workspace and so clean and stuff like that. And I got to understand that the money was purchased like entirely through the internal agency savings for that 2-year period. Also requiring zero internal debt, the bank loans and the additional allocations from the national budget. Dr. Emmanuel is actually achieving, from reforming internal spending, strictly going by the arrest agenda directive. I also know that this money was raised from slashed administrative overhead, where the management team aggressively audits and cuts down on general operation, reduced travel allowances, because everyone wants to travel all over the place. So the management deliberately cut that travel cost, which also reduced a lot of out-of-town daily, this allowances stampede that they give workers to go Grand G to go Maryland, they cut it down. And also redirecting the renting, allocations, the cars and the way that they operate and move. They have a bus that picks everyone up. I mean, the bus is on time and it leaves sharp 4 o'clock. I was there after 4, so I was able to monitor all of that. And then that $72,000 annually public funds that they know that they usually waste on a lot of gas and other assets for transportation. So they had their way of vetting this and getting this process handled through Ministry of Justice. And Ministry of Justice also provided info on 100,000 laboratory equipment. They gave us that information. They have a booklet. When you enter inside, you can see information about the laboratory, the cost, and all of that. I think we need to get that magazine, and I can take a shot of each page and share it with all the panelists. I did my internal investigation because we're eagerly trying to get the director on the program. I will be trying to head there tomorrow to get a letter to him so that he can be invited, so he can talk better about this. But this is based on the information I acquired from different offices in the building.
Okay.
All right.
We continue to make efforts to get somebody either the director or somebody from there to appear on this show, because I mean, if you're using money to buy bus to transport employees, that is not saving there. So no, I don't know where the saving came from. No, so they need to explain that to us and why. I mean, anyway, let me stop right there because we are heading towards 8 o'clock or 12 midnight in Liberia.
Okay, well, it's good to have. I really did forget, Claudia, that you talked about EPA, how you went there. So it's good having you, and we're talking about this. And you're giving us a first-hand background on this. But like Mr. Nuba said, it would be great to have, either Dr. Emmanuel here or somebody from his organization here to answer some of these questions, because, like I said, this building, I know you said there are 2 buildings. I still do maintain that 800,000 is too much. This is the government. The government can spend much, much less than that and get something much better than this. That is my take. And so we look forward to having somebody from the EPA to join us here so that we can be able to explore all these questions and get to the bottom of it. I think the effort must be applauded. We got to applaud Dr. Yagbaro and his people. But all the same, we got to remain skeptical on the pricing and the process that led to this. Because the article didn't do well, FPA didn't do well to let us know whether the process followed the PPCC established rules and who did the evaluation on the building. Is that a company or was it an inside job? Somebody within from the government that did it. We need to all know all of that. That government, people's money is spent. This is taxpayers' money. You got to be able to give all the information. And was it an open process, or was it just the EPA alone that bid for this building? And if it was just the EPA, then the EPA should have even brought the price down much, much lower. So all the things we got to talk about it. All right. Anybody want to add to this before we move on?
Yes. Claudia said 2 buildings. I don't think it is 2 buildings of this structure that we are looking at. When you scroll in that article, you scroll all the way down, you will see a low structure that they call EPA laboratory. I think that's the second building she's talking about. And that thing isn't even worth anything. They want to call it laboratory.
She's let her verify.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
Yeah, I saw that structure. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw the structure.
There are 3 of those kinds of buildings. In Mama Point, when you climb in the hill, and I've given the precise location just after. So where you have the immigration, is the old NSA building. After that, you come to a brick building. Between the brick building and the space there is where you drive to the late pianist, whom I mentioned, Morris's compound. After Morris's compound, you come to the first of the 3 buildings. There are two on the left and 1 on the right. And the one on the right was being operated or being housed by the Star Radio. One of my colleagues at the embassy was with the Star Radio at the time. So we know this building, and I know the family who owns the building. It's a very, very prominent family in the Republic of Liberia. The building is a little older than 15, 20 years, because where you had the United Nations group parastatals. You had UNDP, you had the UNESCO. The next building is UNESCO before you get to the curve. So we know this area, we know the landmarks around this area. But whether there were several buildings that came into a bidding process, or it was just to look at one site of building sitting at the top of Mama Point, and then the EPA just went and bought it. We need to know. We're not called a family name on this set, but it's a prominent family.
No.
We're not called their names. But I think you didn't. The EPA did not have other structures of the same kind prior to making the determination to buying the building. Yeah, they can park their cars there, they can park their buses there. But the question is $800,000 for that building a suitable price? Or couldn't government build something with all the appurtenances or all of the things that they need to put in the building elsewhere? That will happen. But we're not going to, it's done already. It's like when the baby is born, you can't put the baby back. You cannot put the genie in the bottle. You got to accept what it is. But we'd like to speak to other director, Yakpa Wolo, or one of his principal deputies, to just come and give the Liberian people some highlights on how they bought the building, who owns the building, why they had to pay $800,000, if they had other options available to them, and they thought that this was a more suitable option than the many other buildings that they had seen in Mama Point. Because around the same area, Leroy Francis, the late Representative Leroy Francis, has one or two structures in that area as well. So we will say, well, EPA, thank you. You got your own office now. You got your own building to do the Liberian people work. We heard about you doing a promo. Now the promo has turned into you buying your own structure. That's commendable.
Yeah. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you very much. Claudia, you want to add before we move on?
Yes. EPA was originally located in Syncor, I think in between 2nd and 3rd Street, like that. And that building was costing them $72,000 to be in there. And it was a very big building as well. I mean, they're used to big buildings. They have a lot of staff members. But we know that the negotiation between this building was a 10-year lease agreement that would have cost them $850,000. 10 years, just for 10 years, meaning no ownership, nothing. So they bypassed that lease agreement and negotiated with all the 7 owners of which they call the Bright Buildings, the twin building. That's what I mean by seeing 2 buildings. They're twins, but they're connected like by that laboratory. It was actually 2 buildings, not just one big building, connect wall to wall. And they got the building for $800,000, deducting the $50,000, and it's theirs. They own it. That means the director doesn't own it, but the government owns it. It's a permanent spot. And I don't know how long ago this was done. I mean, like I said, no one was talking about this until we broadcast about having gone in the building, how it's so big and beautiful. And now it's coming out now, and because they've been in there. They haven't been there long, but they've been in there. They acquired this building some time ago, but it's just coming to light now, so it's like a breaking news. But that's all I wanted to add.
Yeah, and that's why the director Emmanuel needs to come.
Yeah, what I've heard before was that they were building their own structure.
That was my understanding as well.
They were building their own structure with spatial, laboratory, and now they're talking about GIS laboratory. GIS will be a lands commission, and also a public works. Yeah, those are the people that do the survey. These are the people that do the construction.
Yeah, I'm about to say for the sake of our
and also GIS will be at Legis.
Mr. Nuba, can you tell her what GIS is, please?
Geographic Information Services.
Okay, thank you very much.
I mean, like I can, if I were architect, I can design a structure for you and use the geo ID inside town of your lot and plant that structure there. And when you look at it, it'll be inside town or surrounding houses, there, you say, how did this happen? Yes.
That's
and
right.
in GIS, they deal with the Census Bureau here, that's what I'm talking about, Legis in Liberia, public works, deal with lands and mines and what have you.
Alrighty, I think we beat on the thing a lot. In the last 20 minutes we have, let's go to you, Claudia, and let's talk about the Marshall City Mayor, the topic you brought up. Let's get some of the good work he's doing, and then we'll close on this topic. To you, Claudia. Claudia, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I forgot my mic was on. I'm here. Okay, we can talk about the mayor. I just wanted to add one little thing about the new structure that Mr. Nuba brought up, and that's very intelligent of him because a lot of people didn't even know about that. But what Madame Kia mentioned was they didn't want to wait like half a decade before they start to build this construction, which is definitely undergoing. The engineers are on. They said they're still going to build it. It's still function to be built, but this is just for the meantime going to be the main hub for now. I just wanted to add that there.
Okay.
But let me just come in there right away. If they have a vision for constructing a property of their own.
Well, hold on, Mr. Lippy, hold on. Claudia, are you done? So you still coming in? And
No, I just wanted to add that part. I'm done on that.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Lippy.
If they have that dream of building their own structure, and this place is tentatively to be used because that's the inference of what she's saying. And it is not going to take a decade for them to build a structure that they need.
Not at all.
It's not going to take a decade. We've concerted up efforts and the government behind it. They have everything that will speed up the project. It could be done in about a year. It could be done in about a year. But to pay $800,000, whether it will be a secondary area after they build their own building, we don't know. Whether it will be a building that they will own today and it reverts to the same people that they bought it from, or to another group of persons to augment the money that they're going to be using to build their own building is hard to determine. But we think they should have gone forward. They should have gone forward to building their own structure. So just like today, you have the National Security Agency. They're somewhere in White Plains. They are in White Plains, and that's a decent area for them. And the EPA could have gone somewhere around that area to have constructed their own building, and the EPA could have gone somewhere around that area. If a Liberian family is assisted for property that maybe the tenants that were there were not paying, and to take off that troublesome monthly, yearly rental business from their heads, and they generously gave the building to the government of Liberia for $800,000. I think we should say, all right, we agree.
No, but Mr. Nippy, here's my own take on that. Now that we're discussing anything further, something just hit my mind. We are in the process, Claudia, we are in the process of decentralization.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to require the EPA to have regional hubs, regional offices.
They have it already.
Across the nation?
They have it across the
Where's
nation.
your office in Maryland?
Grand Cape Mount, River G, Grand Crew, and even Freeport. I mean, a lot of people listening from Freeport, you can contest. They have a little nice area there to, to intercept this toxic chemicals imports, stuff coming out of the ports that might be environmental threats. They have region, they have sub areas all around.
Claudia, I was in Maryland 2024. They might have 1 or 2 persons there, but there's no office. And the pollution from the Maryland oil palm plantation company, you can smell it miles away. And EPA is not doing anything. Almost every month we talk
Mr.
about
Lamar, I had a question. Then you went, you mentioned Freeport.
I didn't understand.
Hello?
Yeah, I was talking and you said something, Mr. Nippy.
Mr. Nubo, are you there?
Okay. What I was talking, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, he can hear. I don't. Mr. Nippy, are you hearing me?
Mr. Nubo, are you there?
Mr. Nippy, can you hear me?
Mr. Wright, can you hear me?
I'm here.
Mr. Nippy, you know how to go and come back because we can hear you.
Go and come back. And what I was looking at,
Mr. Nubo, you keep talking about.
No, let me lie, Claudia. What I was looking at, like what I should talk about, EPA can have their office in Banga.
Hello?
Or in Manta.
Mr. Nippy, we can hear you, so I'm going to kick you out and see if we can come back.
All over the place. Yeah. Okay, I'll raise my case.
Okay, you talk about 2024, we're in 2026. Things happen day to day, not even years to years. Right now, EPA is operating in your county out of your administrative building since the new director got put in place, because like he said, he's been, EPA has been inactive like several years, only dealing with paper. No, I went up in there. I was all up in all the offices. I talked with all the deputy directors. I spoke with everybody, especially all the accountants.
That's what you call grab back.
I'm talking about the pollution.
I knew all of y'all going to come outside with your accountant thing in. So I said, let me go to the other accountant.
Talk with people every day.
That is very nice.
They are not doing anything in Maryland County.
I beg to differ. We're hoping to get your Maryland Senator on board here so he can answer that question better for us.
Maybe they just take cold water, but they are not doing anything about things that environmentally affect the county. Maryland
pollution. That all pollution you talk about, it's not your one. Plenty of people complaining because when they brewing, everyone will know. You'll see the clouds dark. It is the issue that took EPA out there, particularly for that issue.
You
And the
said they are
administrative building is giving them morale. They're accessible. Your administrative building handles so many things. It's like a umbrella for so many functions of government to be able to have a place where they don't have to rent, they ain't got to pay for all that one, and they can just operate and get things done. So Maryland County is actively involved with EPA. They out there.
Yeah, but
Can't pay for all
Miss
that.
Claudie, Miss Claudie,
you, Claudie.
Miss Claudie,
Yes.
don't you think would be better instead of like somebody just called me when I was off that your colleague is speaking as if she is the PRO for the EPA.
Uh-huh.
She's
No,
speaking as
actually,
if,
No. I beg to
no.
differ. I beg
Actually,
to differ.
Top FM, and I have been discussing I have a mapping that I function on, and I am in close
Claudia
communication
has
with.
done a very extensive work with the EPA, going
Yeah,
there,
I
reporting
try
on
to be
all of that.
very professional so that we can have professional results. And these
so
are good discussions to have because
are
they're
they in
listening.
Maryland? Which part of Maryland are they stationed?
They're Mr. Newbold knows where his administration building is in Hopper.
How many problems we
Actually,
have tackled in
the
Maryland
inspector
County?
there,
How many
inspector is
problems we have
James
taken
Poole.
care of? Zero.
James Poole is the inspector there, and he's operating in Hopper Administrative Building.
Okay, but what I'm saying, they have taken care of no environmental issue in the county, within Maryland County.
Maybe we need to have someone from Maryland or from Plantation
and tell us how many environmental issues they are taking care of in Maryland County. Yeah, I know the main
to have
polluters.
someone on the show.
I will encourage Claudie to our leader with a magnificent voice, referred to as golden voice. I will encourage you to speak with the head, Director Yapawolo, and see if he can come on the show or send one of his deputies, precisely the deputy for administration and or operations, so that we can hold this conversation with the person, whether it's a male or female, because we need to understand. Yeah, we need to understand. The first thing we got from you, and which was very, very valuable, was that they were rolling out an awareness campaign. There was little to nothing said about EPA being on the verge of owning its own building at the tune of several $100,000. The second week comes in when Mr. Noble brings this out, then we come to understand EPA has just purchased a building. And so that's why I said right after its own promotion, then it buys a building. So it is of interest that we have the people in the hierarchy, one or of them, administration or operation, specifically operation, to come on the show so that we can get.
Okay, perfect. Uh-oh.
Yeah, definitely. And
But Mr. Wright, I mentioned that if you can do a playback on your own leisure and time, I did mention that EPA was no longer in Syncor. They have a new building now that they're in. And I even described a bit about that building, how it's big and this like that. I described the location, everything. But I didn't work hard to find out more about it.
You absolutely did. Now I said you have done extensive work reporting on the EPA, and not just EPA, but other places that you have visited. You are engaging And I showed beginning this week, we'll start to see some people based on our engagement. We'll see some people appearing, but we're making headways, guys. We're making headways. And as you all know, some of these things, they drag on a little bit, but we're getting there. The good thing is they recognize her and she interacts with them. Before then, we didn't have nobody on the ground. Now we have somebody on the ground that is going there and interacting with them, giving them our information, telling them who we are. We never had that before. Now we have that. We're going to build on that, and gradually we're going to fill the platform up. Well, all these people, all of them, they're going to come here and answer our questions. Even to Senator James Bonnie. Hey, you're not going to run when you see Mr. Nubo either. We're going to make sure he stays on set. But yes, so are we still going to talk about this, or we got 7 minutes left, guys, and we're going to do a hard stop. So let's just go around the table and do a quick closing. Mr. Nubo, let's get your closing, sir.
Well, it was great, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow because the city mayor of Marshall, we did not get to that because we spent a whole lot on an EPA issue. And I feel that Claudie should make all efforts to see, if we can get the city mayor here, as well as the EPA head or his destiny here, to hear from their mouths what they are doing, and we here, our task is to do our research, so the guests will bring, it will not be like waste of time for them. So we'll ask them valuable questions that will benefit the nation and benefit our listeners. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nubo. I just saw something in the chat. From some guys, from some Mr. Henderson. He's accusing of propaganda, political talking without facts.
Propaganda for what?
He's accusing of, on the EPA thing, of spreading propaganda, political talking without facts. No, Mr. Henderson, if you heard us carefully, we read the article. We went off the article. We don't just talk here, sir. And what was not in the article and what was in the article is what we were talking about. We said, did they go through the PPCC? It's not in the article. Was there one or two betas? It's not in the article. Was this an open process? It's not in the article, sir. And then we make an inference. We said, no, based on the structure of the building, we don't think it's worth $800,000. How is that propaganda we spread it? No, we're not. We're not, sir. Well, I want to thank you for being part of the show. Thank you so much. Mr. Nepe, la company, sir.
Well, everyone is entitled to his or her own way of looking at things, and I think that's how Mr. Henderson sees it. But in whose behalf are we making this propaganda? Is it in the best interest of Liberia, or in the best interest of the government of Liberia, and or the people of the Republic of Liberia? If that is the case, then the propaganda is a suitable propaganda. But our people need something better. Our people need to own something that will last for years. People cannot just expend money because they want to expend money. So no, we are not propagandists. We beg to differ with you, Mr. Henderson. We are discussing on this show. We try to lift the issue in the best interest of Liberia, and we are all Liberians. We are not talking because of a political party A, B, or C, or D. No. Our political party is the Republic of Liberia. And those who are our partisans are the people of the Republic of Liberia within the entire scope of the Republic. Having said that, I think the EPA is moving forward in owning something of its own, such that enable it not to be paying $79,000 per annum. So if they were paying $79,000 per annum and you go for a decade, it will be something like $790,000. It will be $10,000 short of what they have purchased the building for. That's number one. Number two, if there is a thinking surrounding owning another building, we will advise that they consider putting it in a suitable area such that we enable the employees to be on time for work and do what they need to do. Number three, the question was being wrestled with whether they have areas in the Leeward County, and our colleague was very specific in Maryland County. And we got the information that they are in the administrative building. But the administrative building is not for EPA. The administrative building is for the administration of the daily activities of the people and for the people and by the people of Maryland County. So EPA is just squatting. In other words, the question that was asked by my colleague, Mr. George Nubo, the response is negative. They do not have a building of their own in Maryland County, and they are squatters in that building. And if it is so in Maryland County, then the same is true for Grand Gila, for Grand Bassa, for Lofa County, and all of the county respectively. I want to commend our mother, Claudie, the lady with the golden, the magnificent lady, as I call her, for going up to secure information for us to discuss. And your actions are highly commendable. We encourage you to go deeper, to get to those places that we need to understand what is obtaining. And if you can, the $19.2 million worth of cocaine, we need to understand some details, how far the investigation has gone, who are those on the rope for detention or imprisonment, when will the court efforts begin, so that Liberia can be cleansed from this bad omen or bad name. Like some people from the previous administration would call Liberia the Republic of Liberia a narco state. They are not. I mean, I think that is being very disingenuous to call the Republic of Liberia a narco state. With that, I want to say thanks to the audience, both radio and TV, and to all of my colleagues present, Claudie, George H. Nubo, Mr. Wright, and Mr. Wu. That will be the end of my closing comment.
Thank you so much, Mr. J. Christopher Nippett. Madam Claudie, look at your closing, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope that we were able to answer a lot of questions that have been asked tonight on this topic of EPA. Of course, everyone had their own input, forgetting that I had went in the building. I did my own investigation because I needed to have detail to share with you all. But we also know that land is very expensive. Imagine on a main highway, on a main road is 5 to 10,000 US just for a little spot of grass. You're talking about pavement, building already there, all that thing in there. So you do the math. Is that building worth it? It's on 1.8 acre of land. So you do the math. And also, again, when we talk about the EPA's function in Maryland, the oil palm plantation that Mr. Nubo talked about is very large, 37 acres of land. So imagine if they're brewing and taking leaves, all that thing they're doing out there, the pollution is what really made them to go out there because everybody complaining. And I know what happened in Marshall as it pertains to the crematory. Sethi's brother's uncle's crematory that he has. When they cremate corpse, the smoke, people complain. We got Public Health Institute involved. He's a community member. We got a lot of people involved now because of our advocacy, my advocacy, constant blogging. Right now, they have a pipe that runs as far as I don't even know where that pipe going, but going way up somewhere. There's no more pollution. So when we talk about certain things, it's not political. We're trying to bring politics to our own way of understanding it because politics is in everything. How the country functions is political by itself. And once you start to understand those things, you become a part of those things. So don't think everything is political. It's educative so that you can talk the jargon. You can sit down with people and discuss things where people say, yeah, that man, that woman, she got sense. So thank you for again having me on the program. And I really appreciate the time with all of you. I hope to hear and see you again tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Back here, same time, same place. Want to thank you for being part of the show as well. Mr. Wulu, I don't know why you're struggling to get back on stage. And when you get back on stage, like you don't stay, you're going in and out. Okay, so you stay now. There you go. Now you're going again. Okay. But I want to say it was a great show. You know, panelists, I don't know what's going on, but you're coming here, you know, at 5:30. I don't know. But y'all got me hanging up by myself here at 5 o'clock. And, you know, I'm going to be playing my music, whether you come or not.
5 o'clock for the first time.
Oh, yeah? I don't think so. No way. But anyway, it was nice hanging out today. I played my music. Yeah. I enjoyed myself a little bit. I heard, Claudia, I saw your text, but we'll talk about it anyways. But it was a great show, gentlemen.
Youth and sport, the letter and stuff.
It was a great show. Thank you all. And I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow, same time, same place. And I bring people loving what you do, man. Let's keep doing it, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.
All righty.
All right.
Alex, we're leaving now, man. I don't know where you're at. You come. I don't know what happened to your connection over there. Let me bring you back on stage. Hopefully you'll be able to. All right. So you're on stage now, Alex. So we'll see you. Good night. All right, folks. See you same time tomorrow, same place. Bye-bye.
T-Oak FM.